website and kind of join that way?
Well, I was gonna. We're signed in through the Ring Central, and it's sharing. It was going to share my screen. I was going to do a little PowerPoint and show a video and kind of go through the sample box with you guys. Why don't we start with the sample box while this kind of spins up? Do you have a sample box, Kathleen?
I do.
All right. So as you can see, the sample box is actually made of our material as well, and you can see how if you look at how it's made, actually it's a flat pack box. If you opened everything up, it would actually be flat. You can see how we laser cut the hinges so that it showing you how durable and how versatile you can ECOR is and what you can do with it. It's a pretty interesting. A pretty interesting medium in that you can bend it, you can laser cut it, you can CNC it, you can print on it. It allows you to do so many different things with it. And if you go through the samples, if you look at, there should be like 3 or 4 different colored kind of craft samples. You see those?
Yep.
And what I want to go over with you is that we can make ECOR out of a lot of different things. It's not just one type of material. The standard samples that you have there, we have probably the Tetra Pak sample, the 75-25 sample, which is corrugated cardboard and white paper. And then there's probably a darker one, which is just 100% corrugated cardboard. And then we can add some finishes to it, some water shields. But there's also probably some white samples. Did you get a white sample as well?
Uh-huh.
So that's our 100% recycled white paper sample. So what we're doing here is we're taking different types of materials and either mixing them together or using them on their own. And we create this material called ECOR. So what we're working on is creating a manufacturing type of process where we're going to eventually be making ECOR in many different places, not just at our one location in California, but we would like to eventually be making ECOR all over the country using locally sourced waste and then using those panels in a local market. So that kind of creates a kind of a circular process where we're taking waste, creating a material, they're using the material, it then can be recycled again in its local market, creating a cradle-to-cradle, which we are certified as, type of basically a never-dying product. Are you guys familiar with cradle-to-cradle?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Do you have other products that are cradle-to-cradle certified?
We have a couple, but we work with many smaller manufacturers, so a lot of them have not invested into the actual certification, even though they would likely pass.
Okay. All right. And then the other samples that you may see, you have some laminated samples. There's some plastic laminate. There's some aluminum, maybe, some wood, and some painted. Let's see. I'm just dealing with my PowerPoint, which is not responding to me.
Computers.
Yeah, they never want to work when you really need them. Okay, we'll try this again. So you have some laminated samples as well there, then, that you're looking at?
I do.
Okay, so what we want to show here is this is a way for you to use ECOR as a substrate or as a delivery device, so that you can show ECOR or use ECOR in interior construction. We've done wall structures out of it. We've done furniture with it. We're doing things like chairs and tables with it. It's real versatile in that, so that you can actually use the ECOR in the inside and you don't have to deal with using wood or other products that have, say, like urea formaldehyde in it. We can use 100% ECOR in the interior. Do you guys see my screen or no? Let's see.
No, we see you.
All right, I'm going to put my screen back up.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get this to work. Do you see it now?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to play. This is a video of Robert Noble. Can you hear it?
Well, here you have it. This is a very small initial
Is the audio coming through?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
presentation
So this is Robert
of
Noble.
what's possible with ECOR. It starts with a really basic thing, which is the corrugated panel. Here's a cross-section of just one piece of corrugated. Then we turn it into all of this. And we can make curves and spirals and honeycomb like this, any cross-section. We're taking an extremely underutilized, low-grade, recycled or waste cellulose fiber, and we are modifying it in a very simple fashion, an extremely environmentally responsible fashion, where we use no additives, and we take that and turn it into these highly engineered products that have an almost infinite variety of applications. Trade show displays, stage sets, furniture, construction, all kinds of applications, aerospace, automotive, marine, rail applications, packaging, all kinds of things. Formwork for concrete, lighting. This can be a fantastic lighting fixture. We can add coatings and treatments to the product after we form it, put special additives in when we are forming it. There's total flexibility in what we're able to do. This is 100% post-consumer recycled waste, non-toxic, the whole thing. We can make virtually any shape here, or we can sell the panels and tell people how to do it, and they can make any shape. The potential for architects and interior designers is just unlimited. You can imagine something like this as a wall panel, as a ceiling panel. It can be for lighting with the slots here. We can work with designers to develop products that are specific to their needs, or they can take them into their shops and modify them at will. Here's an example right here of where we slotted it and irradiated out these slots. And what happens is that then when you curve it in its sort of natural pattern, it makes a compound curve. And it means that virtually any shape that you want, we can figure out a way to do it. We have just begun to scratch the surface for all of the potential applications for this new technology.
I'm going to stop it there. It's going to show us how they make it, but I wanted to ask you guys any questions after seeing that video, what you thought, or if you have any questions so far.
So is this a material that you could use to, like, basically design knockdown furniture?
Design what? Knockdown furniture?
Like, instead of using the pressed wood that they usually use in, like, that furniture that you can take apart and, you know, ship it flat?
Yes, absolutely. And I'm going to put up some images here for you to look at. We did, which I'm going to try and get the PowerPoint to come up again. That was what I wanted to show you guys. We just did a booth for, here it is, the Frank Lloyd Wright Foundation for their trade show booth, and we were able to build furniture that was initially kind of designed by Frank Lloyd Wright out of ECOR that they could use in the booth. And let's see if we can get it to open here. Come on, preview. Here they come. So this is the booth that we did, and this is 100% ECOR. So we're building not only furniture, but we're building wall structure and display pieces. You see, this is all ECOR that's been laminated with bamboo. And let's see, that's Robert Noble again. So look at, like, for instance, this table. It's all tongue and groove, and it all pops into place. And this table probably only weighs 10 pounds. It's hollow core, all made with ECOR. Same with this table. So if you can see the on the tabletop there, how it's just kind of popped together. So this is just going to give you an idea of what you can design with ECOR. Obviously, you can build an interior structure with it, which is really amazing. In that we're basically using recycled waste to build, interior wall structures. And this display weighs probably about half of what a display would weigh if it was made with wood or with particle board or with MDF.
How do you go about designing some of this kind of stuff? I mean, with it being absolutely unlimited,
it can be unlimited. Obviously, you're going to need an architect or an engineer to help you with some of the design. But we have those that we have that in house. So if you were if you wanted something like this, we could help. We could build it for you.
So would we send you the drawings and then you would make it happen, or how would we go about doing something like that?
We can do it two ways. We can help depending on where the project is. I work with fabricators and designers all over the country. So if it was something like, say, in the New York area, I work with a lot of different designers in this market that we can help you get something made. Or if you have a fabricator in your area that you could help them understand the material and work with them on getting the designs made locally for you as well.
What's needed as far as fabrication? Because we work with, obviously, countertop fabricators and cabinet makers and things of that nature in our more residential, realm of things.
Sure. A mill worker can work with it. ECOR is, you can cut it with standard woodworking tools. So something like, drills and saws and bag presses and things like that. Absolutely. We can show people how to use ECOR in that setting. We can also, I work with a couple different companies on the East Coast here that will do that will cut for you. They will do they'll cut to spec. So if you needed something very specific, hey, look at, we're getting to work here. If you wanted components made or cut, that's something that we could help you guys do as well.
So I guess I have a question. I'm kind of a furniture designer too, and my senior thesis project way back in 2006 was actually a design of using honeycomb panels for creating these multi-purpose knockdown pieces of furniture for studio apartments. So let's say one side would be a desk and the other side would be your bed. And I guess I'm wondering along that lines, it sounds like this material could be used for that same kind of application. So how would that work? Like, let's say I had a design for a reception desk that I wanted to get made out of this. Like, what would I do? Like,
if you give me drawings, if you have like a design of it, we can go over how the panels can be constructed, and give you an estimate on how it could be done.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Can you see this?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
There we go. Finally. Okay, good. So I'm gonna kind of run through this. So this is we've kind of gone over a little bit already, but I wanted to get you some images here. So we're going to talk about what makes it different. We're going to show you some case studies and how we can move forward together and get ECOR into your market and into your clients' hands. All right. So our mission has always been to create a product that can be used by everybody in a lot of different types of construction and a lot of different markets. we're going after not just interior design and architecture. We're working with signage and display people. We're working with fabricators who are, want to use this interiors of like automobiles and with aerospace, with boats because of the weight issue. Initially, it was kind of made as a green product, but now we're finding people are really interested in it on an engineering aspect because of its lightweight and how well it performs. So here's kind of an overview of how our product performs. So we have the sustainability aspect of our product, which, as we said, it's 100% recycled material. It's recyclable, it's bio-based, and it's cradle to cradle. And the other thing, for furniture, it's VOC free. So we don't have an issue of off-gassing, things like that, which a lot of other articles that you put in your home have. And the performance. You're able to use it as a substrate to print onto. You're able to build with it. It's very strong. It's very durable. It's very dense. And then it's versatile. We can paint it. We can bend it. We can do custom sizing with it, custom thicknesses with it, things like that. All right. What makes us different? So this is going to go over briefly like what it's made from and where the different products are coming from. So we have an urban aspect. We're using waste from cities, and we're about to open our first facility in Sacramento, which is going to be using local recycled waste from the city of Sacramento. Farm waste, we've used things like cow pies and things like that to make it. Forest products, so any wood waste or plant waste, and textiles. We've made panels from recycled clothing. Just kind of showing you a lot of different forms you can do with it, how versatile it is. And some of the clients that we've been working with. We've done projects for Google. We've done interiors for Starbucks. We just got an order for our first furniture from IKEA. We're doing shelving for them. We're working with big architects like Gensler, and they're designing things with ECOR. So it's moving kind of quickly. And this is just a basic overview of some of the simple panels that we make. The ones that we talked about, you have some examples of them. The OCC, which is the old corrugated cardboard, the mix with the white paper, and the white paper panels. You can see in the upper right there, you have a denim panel, some clothing based. Did they give you a samples made from recycled clothing?
No, I'm not seeing any textile ones.
Okay. Those are more specialty panels, and that's another thing we can talk about. If you have a client who's interested in using their own waste, a company that says, oh, I would love to create some furniture or a display using our own material. If it's a cellulose-based material, like their own cardboard or recycled clothing or farm waste locally, we can create panels for them from that waste. So that's a kind of another aspect that we can do. And then printing. We can really personalize the ECOR. We just did 250,000 hangers for Tom's shoes, replacing plastic. So in a lot of cases, ECOR can replace already commonly used materials that we can perform better, and we also have a sustainable aspect to that product. And obviously, you can print on it. So we're doing a lot of media. A lot of companies are just printing their signage on it.
Where would it have to be printed?
Well, ECOR, because it doesn't come on a roll, it's flat. Mm-hmm. So any large scale printer that has a large flat panel printer, they can print on ECOR. Okay.
So it's not something that would necessarily have to be ordered from you. I could order the flat panels and then just take it to my local printer.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. One thing about Noble Environmental is we are not a fabricator. We have a small shop in our facility. We do kind of like one-offs. If you want us to help you design a chair, we can maybe do one, or a table, or do some printing for you, or some laser cutting. We can do the prototyping for you guys, and then we can help you find someone to do mass production for you. We're working with a lot of different clients who do a lot of different things. So that's absolutely, we can help you, and we can point you in the right direction. You guys have had the Alchemy in the past, I believe.
Yep.
So this is just an image of Alchemy, and you have some samples there. And the one thing I want to let you know is Alchemy doesn't always have to be flat. We have a corrugated panel, which you can see on that slide. I have a piece of it here. I don't know if have you gotten a piece of the corrugated before?
I have some corrugated here, yeah.
Okay. Well, the one simple thing, and one place that I'm seeing a lot of this here in New York especially, is architects are specifying it just as an interior wall cladding. They're just sticking it on the wall. We're getting it fire rated. We're adding Alchemy to it. They're painting it. And people love the fact that it's lightweight, it's recycled material, and it's really easy to install. And it looks really cool. It's kind of like a modern, like kind of industrial look, and it's really
Can it replace sheetrock yet?
You know, we've done some instances where we've just put it on walls, and it seems to perform very well. Obviously, sheetrock's engineered a little differently. They have the kind of the groove for where you can add the mud to it. It can be used as a wall panel. But it's going to look obviously a little different. You're going to have a seam, most likely.
Yeah.
You probably could mud it and paint it, but over time, you know, that's something that we haven't been doing too much testing on. We've made a lot of temporary wall panels with it, but not a lot of permanent wall panels with it.
Okay.
But I'd love to find out. I'll be honest with you, like building.
I was just we're remodeling a geodesic dome. And you know how the ceiling is? It's triangles.
Yeah.
So I guess I was just curious about a project like that.
Yeah. What are the sizes of the triangles?
Oh boy. I think there's like 6 different triangles.
Okay.
I don't have that information, and Jim's on another job right now, but he has that information.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it's easy to cut on a saw or on a laser or on a CNC, and that would actually be like a perfect application for us. I'm working with a company called Eco Supply, who's my distributor out of Virginia. And they have a plan where all they're doing is cutting components for people. So that's something you could order, already cut to size, ready for installation.
That would be slick.
Yeah, and they could be painted, or fire coated, or you could put Alchemy on them. I mean, it all depends on what you want to do with it.
Okay. Yeah, that would be fun. She might like this bamboo one. Yeah, the carbonized bamboo.
Yeah, I'm actually working with a laminator here in New York City. He does a lot of veneering, and he's doing a whole bunch of new samples for us. I'll get you guys some of them. But he's going to be laminating it with wood veneer and with chem metal and things like that. And that's a product that we're going to try and market as a panel, like an ECOR laminated panel for interior construction and also furniture construction and signage and display.
So the bamboo veneer, it's veneered on both sides, and then what's in the middle?
Just the ECOR.
ECOR, okay. It's
just my 1/10 or 1/8 of an inch panel, and then they can laminate the wood to both sides, and then you just could literally cut it to size, or use it as full sheet panels and panel your walls with it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll have Jim look at these.
Okay. The slide I just put up is for 3-dimension. One of the things that we're able to do with ECOR now, and I think you have a little what we call an ESP sample. Do you have this sample in the box?
Yep.
So this is what we're calling an engineered structured panel. This is what we're calling an E-grid. So what we're doing is we're cutting the ECOR on a laser or on a CNC, and we can cut to whatever density we want. So depending on how heavy you want this panel or how much weight it needs to support, you can spread out the grid to whatever you need, and then skin it with ECOR, and you have a lightweight and a very rigid panel I have some larger examples here. I don't know if you can see this.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see we've put an edge band on it now, so it's completely solid. And we're doing tables out of this. We're doing furniture out of this. Interior walls can be made out of this, and it's really, really lightweight.
We did some displays for Kohler's green build.
Yeah. We've done displays for a lot of different companies where they need lightweight wall structures that they can, I made this is a 1 foot by 1 foot square. And it probably weighs about 2 or 3 pounds. If you would make a 4 by 8 out of this, one person could move this panel at 2 inches thick, and it's not going to be a problem.
What's the farthest you can space out the grid? Just so keep it sound.
It all depends on how you want to do it. We space it out, every 4 or 5 inches, or we've done them as dense as every 1 inch.
Okay.
All depends on how the panel has to perform.
Okay.
Okay. But this is a great construction for signage and display, especially for trade shows. And then obviously this is the same thing, but what we've done is we've added a wood veneer to it. So just to show you, and it has a wood edge on it, but there's the ECOR. So this is for a shelf or a table, or a wall panel, or what's great would be a ceiling panel because it's so light, it's easy to hang. You don't have to worry about weight.
Yeah.
And we can engineer it with drill points, like point solid wood in different spots, so you can drill and add legs to it or anchors to hang. All depends on what you want to do, and that's something that we can make for you, or we can again work with a local fabricator to have it made for you.
Okay.
So this is some examples. This is a display we did for Sage Beverages, for Lucky Buddha Beer. We did 3,000 displays that are in Walmart. Walmart was actively looking for a sustainable material type display. And this display holds, I think it's 8 cases of beer. And it's much, much stronger because it's made with ECOR rather than just corrugated. And the lifespan of this display, typically out of corrugated, would be probably about 180 days at the most, 3 or 4 months. Whereas this display made of ECOR is going to last probably a year and a half.
Awesome.
Whole Foods has been one of our clients on the West Coast. We've done a lot of signage for them. As you can see, they're using ESP panels for lettering. Very lightweight. They're just leaving the edges open. They like the look of it that way. And what they like is that you only need one person to hang up the sign. If you out of MDF, there's a safety issue with weight. With the ECOR, it's much, much easier to install and also to ship. It's a lot cheaper. This was the North Face. They wanted to do some recycling of clothing, and so they actually made the bins out of ECOR. And you can see they've been printed onto, they've been instructed, they were in the stores. So the recycle bin itself was made from ECOR recycled material. Flat packs, very easy to put together. And the same thing was H&M. But H&M took it a little bit further. The initial booths were made from our white core, but then we actually made panels for them in our custom program out of recycled clothing. So they were taking old clothing and they turned it into the recycle bin that they used in their stores.
Very cool.
And this is the Tom's shoes. These are the hangers that we did for Tom's, you can see. They're now actually, if you go to some of the Tom's pop-up stores that are inside other retail locations, you're going to see the shoes and the sandals all being used with the ECOR hanger. And very easy to cut on the laser, very customizable with sizing, logoing, everything. It's actually a really cool product. This was the Frank Lloyd Wright booth, which you saw earlier. And this was a really interesting. This was Sustainable Living Innovations. This is a new type of construction where they're taking, they're building apartments, and they build them like cruise ships. Have you ever seen this construction where they they as they put the steel up on the at the site, they're actually building the apartments in a warehouse in sections, and they're actually craned into place. So obviously they want weight is an issue, and they did all the cabinetry, all the kitchen cabinets were made with ECOR with the bamboo veneer again. So all the cabinetry was done because it was about 50% less in weight.
With the veneer, how do you, is it possible to add your own veneer? We have...
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's purely completely customizable. We just show bamboo because it's a sustainable product, but I've added walnut veneer, cherry veneer, very, very, very exotic veneers. It's not a problem.
Okay.
And I have a guy here in New York that does it, and he stocks veneer. So if you are interested in that type of product, we can make samples for you and get them to your clients.
Okay. Kathleen, I would look at the different EcoFusion veneers for the ceiling if you wanted to go that way. Just because your customer is not afraid of color.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look at Taboo, are you familiar with that company? They make reconstituted veneers. They do dyed veneers, all kinds of patterns with veneers. So any sort of reconstituted veneer, which is a recycled wood product already, is something that you can add to ECOR very easily.
Okay.
Okay.
I think
some
they're
examples
the way they are.
Yeah.
Oh, the samples that you have?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you probably you just have the bamboo, right?
I have a bunch of samples. I don't know
A
what
bunch
they
of wood
are.
samples?
What do I have? Personality.
Yeah.
Personality, is that a category?
Yeah, so personality is all our different laminated samples. So if you look on the back, it says personality, and then it'll be like bamboo carbonized, and then you'll have maybe graphite plastic laminate, dry erase is probably one of them, and chem metal, brushed copper, or brushed aluminum. Metal. Yeah, these are all different types of laminates that we can add to it. It's not a problem.
Yeah, I have the graphite, black melamine, erase board. I'm really curious about the alchemy.
Yes.
Just yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know what to say. They're just beautiful.
Well, let me just give you an over. And like made it into a powder, and then it's sprayed on. And what we do is you can have it very simple, like the black steel, which is just like a black powder coat, or we have the patina and the patina with rust and the ECOR 10, and all of these have actual metal in the finish, and we can add an activator that actually will make it oxidize, so we can make it look rusty or make it old or patina it in a way, and then create different metallic looks for you. That it's a great wall cladding.
And would this be like a high gloss finish that you could add to it to make it look more metal?
You could. I think we could probably put some sort of a coating over the top of it if necessary. We've been selling it just as in the matte finish, but we can alter it if you need.
So is it washable, scrubbable?
I would say it's wipeable. I wouldn't say it's scrubbable. I wouldn't use this in like a kitchen.
Okay, because I did notice that some of these are coated with Eco. AMF.
The water shield.
Safe coat.
Yes. I believe we can add that to this product, but being that it's cellulose based, it's never going to be 100% waterproof. I would say we can make it water resistant, but if it's in a humid environment or if it's obviously if it's outdoors, I think over time you're going to see some swelling and it'll start absorbing moisture eventually. But interiorly, if you want to use it as a feature wall, we have it in our office I think I have some images here. In California, this is some more displays that we've done. Some more displays. Where's my office? There's the bins. Let's see. Where's my picture of the wall. There, here we go. So if you look on the left there, that's an image of our office in California with the ECOR 10 alchemy.
Okay.
And it looks like the ECOR bowls on the table there.
Yeah, ECOR bowl on the table. Did you get an ECOR bowl?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, there's a few samples floating around. They disappeared pretty quickly. Yeah. Do you guys go to any of the trade shows like NeoCon or ICFF, anything like that?
Big NeoCon, Greenville, Kitchen and Bath. Those are the main three.
Okay. So none of you are coming to New York in 2 weeks, unfortunately?
No, not right now.
All right, well, we're going to be at ICFF, which is the International Contemporary Furniture Fair, which is actually a pretty cool show here. So
yeah, awesome.
Let's see what else we have.
Are they available, or were those just examples?
The ECOR?
Yeah.
No, ECOR is a product we keep in stock.
The hangers, are the hangers available?
Oh, the hangers. I mean, we cut them on our laser.
Okay.
So absolutely, if you have a client that is interested in hangers, we can turn a sample for them pretty quickly. If you get me a logo, we can even add the logo and cut them in a couple of days.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, the hangers are great. If you have, I'm actually showing them to a green dry cleaning company here in New York this week.
Awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, for like hotels and even retail, like if people want to, stores, I think it's a great new idea. Get away from plastic and wood, things like that.
Yeah.
And they're recyclable. You just, if you're done with it, if they're bent or broken, you just throw them in your recycle bin.
Yeah. Very cool.
It's not a problem. So do you have any more questions or any more ideas that you want me to talk about?
Do you know the company Baltics?
I do not. What do they do?
Well, they make eco-friendly, upcycled or recycled, recycled furniture.
Okay.
I just don't know. I haven't, one opened up here in town and I have not walked in there. But we have to have a couple custom things built for that dome remodel. So we were going to go talk to them.
Kathleen, we work with Baltics.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
One just opened up in town.
Okay, they're based out of the Twin Cities there. Or Excelsior.
Yeah, they're right in Excelsior. I just didn't know if they knew about these products.
They're actually very similar companies as far as what they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, we're actually making a lot of furniture. We make a table called the Think Table. Let me see if I can get that up for you.
Last time I talked to Jim, or a while ago, I should say, that wasn't available yet. That was still in kind of R&D, so that's officially...
Oh, yeah, no, we've been selling Think Tables for a while now. Let me bring up the... I'll email you guys some of the sheets as well.
Awesome.
But we've been selling, I don't know, 10 to 15 tables a month for the last... for a little while. Let me see, here we go. So the Think Table comes in 4 stock sizes: large rectangle, large oval, small square, and small circle. And the Think Tables are obviously they're made. The tops are made with ECOR and they're laminated with dry erase, so that they kind of double as both a table or a dry erase board. The table, actually, the legs have extensions on them, so you can raise them up. Can you see this okay?
Yep.
So you can see and I'll email you guys this. Here are the different sizes that we do. And I'm going to have one here in New York shortly for ICFF. But if this is something that you guys are interested in, we are looking for showrooms to showcase the Think Tables. Okay. And I'm actually in the process of talking with a fabricator we need to actually up our production of them. We can't really make them fast enough in California. So I'm looking to a big contract furniture house in Canada that's interested in making them for us. So hopefully we'll have larger stocks available.
Awesome.
But this is something that we've had some real nice traction with, and it's great for creative environments, educational environments, where you can, obviously draw all over them and take notes on them and play with them. And they're very lightweight. Unlike a table made out of MDF or wood, the top, it's probably about half the weight of a wood top, which is why we can add the hinge to it and make it into a board. It doesn't topple over. It's easier to weight from the bottom. It's a pretty cool table.
Awesome. So it's being awesome for kids' play spaces and.
Yeah, absolutely. They can go crazy with it.
Very cool.
There's another one here. Yeah. There you go. So you can see how it folds down in stores. So it gets smaller. You can see there.
Yeah.
So I'll send you that information as well.
Perfect.
Okay. Have any other questions?
What about branding? Like, for example, I've got some wall decor that I've been designing, and I've got a tree, but I'm also doing a series